So, Catherine the communist, evasive Connolly, has been out and about today canvassing to try and make 100% sure that she gets the nod in the Irish presidential race, with people going to the ballot boxes next Friday, Friday being the 24th of October. Now, she's well ahead in the polls, it would appear. And as Vincent Carroll said several times over the last few weeks when he was talking with me, and he's a wise man, he knows what time it is. He said, you know, when you're in the lead in the presidential race, especially, keep your mouth shut. Just keep your mouth shut. Don't mess things up. Don't blow it. Don't get dragged into anything, and don't do anything that could blow your lead. Well, we saw earlier on's upload, speaking with John Wilson, we were looking at an old clip from Catherine the Commie from, I think, 9 years ago, where she was put on the spot and questioned by a housing activist whether or not she was working on behalf of banks to evict homeowners, Irish homeowners, from their houses, repossession cases. And she was super cagey about that. She kept bleating on about, oh, this is a poisonous campaign. This is poison. This is poisonous. This is so poisonous. Oh, it's poisonous. Don't raise your voice to me. This is ridiculous. Well, now it's being called smears. So Catherine apparently has dialed back on her media appearances this week. She's really avoiding podcasts and other broadcasts where she can be put on the spot, and maybe more of her dirty laundry, alleged dirty laundry, can be aired in public that could maybe chip away at that lead that she has, and God forbid allow Heather, Father Ted Humphreys to end up as the next Irish president. I don't think she has a mission. I think Heather knows that. Her followers know that, but it's still all up in the air. And of course, let's not forget the Spoil Your Vote campaign. Many of us have been banging on about that for at least a month or so now, but seems to be other people are getting behind it. There's a group has been formed and they're talking about it, getting awareness raised, which is just simply wonderful. Simply wonderful. Let's hope people heed it. The call to arms, as it were, the call to pens. Don't forget your pen. Not a pencil, your pen, at the polling booths next week, and go in and spoil your vote, spoil your ballot, right? Maria Steen, don't be drawing silly pictures. Don't be scribbling silly remarks, right? Vote Maria Steen. Maria Steen won, and put a big fat X through everybody else. That's what I'm suggesting. Hey, you can do whatever the hell you want. You're a grown adult, aren't you? But anyway, today, who am I talking about? Yeah, the evasive, the elusive, the sleeked, the slimy, the sly Catherine the Commie Connelly was on a walkabout in Limerick. And guess who? Guess who was there? Have a guess. Well, if you've seen the thumbnail for this video, you'll know it was Enoch Burke. Enoch Burke was there to put her on the spot. Enoch didn't mess around. Enoch doesn't mess around. And Heather, yeah, Heather was probably afraid too. But Catherine was standing there, you know, she was standing there flanked by her Free Palestine cultist bodyguard. You couldn't hardly see Catherine for the amount of Palestine flags flopping around and lefties running around, deranged lefties running around with tea towels wrapped around their necks like a little cult that they are. You know, it's Ireland. It's an Irish presidential election. Anyone would think she was standing in the Gaza Strip. She hasn't been to Gaza, of course. She's been to Syria. She wants to come to the north, you know, because she's pushing for a united Ireland as soon as she gets in. But she says Gaza's on the bucket list. She'd like to go to Gaza. Would you? Maybe she would, maybe she wouldn't. I'm surprised she's left it so late. She seems to be fanatical about it. Anybody that's so fanatical about something, you would have thought they would have taken action before now. You know, if you can make it to Syria, Catherine, you can make it to Palestine, can you not? It's only a stone's throw away. But anyway, that's my little ranty preamble out of the way. Let's look at this video of when Enoch met Connolly, when Christianity clashed with atheism or a religion, because of course Catherine's not a believer in anything. She doesn't really have a faith. She just likes to I don't know, evade questions and appear like butter wouldn't melt in that sleeked mouth of hers. But she's got that look about her. Jupiter's delight. Anyway, let's see what happened when she bumped into, or should I say, Enoch Burke bumped into her earlier on today.
And I am a victim because of your gender ideology. And the people around about you here, Paul Murphy and your supporters, that's your gender ideology.
That's your gender ideology, because of course Catherine wants to introduce a third gender, you know, as if the country's not screwed up enough as it is. Women can't even define what women are. Men can't define what women are. And Connelly wants to bring in a third gender, because that's exactly what Ireland needs right now. It's exactly what Ireland needs right now. And of course, because Burke took a stand about it in Wilson's Hospital School, a so-called faith school, a so-called Church of Ireland small C Christian school, well, he's out on his ear. He's standing at the gates these days trying to make his way past foreign security guards that he might just have to pay for out of his own pocket if the school and the state can get their way. But anyway, he's putting Catherine on the spot. And of course, remember what Vincent Carroll said, when you're in the lead, keep your mouth shut. And that's exactly what elusive Catherine is doing.
I would be shot outside the door. I would be like it happens now. I would be pushed outside the door.
Listen to the cult. Shame, 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 shame. 2-syllable words. That's all they can do. 2-syllable words and little 2-line songs delivered with the same monotone drone, same non-pitch, out of key drone drivel, banging on their drum, hitting the saucepans, wrapping those tea towels round their neck and flopping those Palestine flags on the streets of Limerick as Catherine pretends she doesn't know what's going on and doesn't make eye contact with anyone that puts her on the spot, because she can't stand being put on the spot.
Okay, so you go on now. I would be pushed outside the door. The Constitution on the road. And you can't say that, Catherine. Okay. You can't say that. Now you need a religious belief in this country.
Look at the state of that. Look at the flags. Look at these muppets running around with their tea towels and their high-vis jackets. Look at them. Do you know what? Ireland's going to get what's coming to it. Every part of it. Do I want to see it? No. Do I wish it was some other way? Yeah. But how can you deal with this? Never mind people that are coming from outside of the country causing trouble. Look at the treacherous government and look at the duped left. This is the streets of Limerick. Can't see a single tricolour there.
Okay, thank you.
And one man with a spine, one man with a backbone, one man who can stand up for his principles, being mobbed by a bunch of rabid lefties, shouting him down, shouting shame. The shame's not on him, folks.
Nobody
Look. Why are they clapping her? She hasn't done anything. She's a non-entity. A soulless non-entity. And they're falling for it hook, line, and sinker, or maybe they're paid to. I don't know. My opinion. Shame on you, 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 shame on you.
Sorry. Something let us speak first and talk for afterwards. Right, son. What are you doing, Nick? What's
Connelly Margaret. I just very briefly want to say thank you very much for standing out here every single
Nothing
week.
to say about Enoch Burke.
Thank you very
Nothing
much.
to say about
Everybody
Enoch Burke.
in this country
Nothing to say about Enoch Burke. She
and
didn't
respect it.
Nothing to say about Enoch Burke, Catherine. Of course, she's nothing to say about Enoch Burke. She runs away from anyone that shines a spotlight on her. You know why she does that? Because light is a disinfectant. Light is a disinfectant. And there's a lot of corruption going on around there. Lies cannot withstand scrutiny. Lies cannot stand up to the truth. And wickedness and evil cannot stand up to good. So she knows when to button it, and she knows when to speak. But anyway, what do you make of that? What do you make of that little head-to-head today? She wasn't dealing with somebody up in Limerick. God bless that activist from years ago. She turned her heel and walked off. This time she had her bodyguard. Her bodyguard putting their tea towels between her and her nemesis, Enoch Burke. So leave me your thoughts, comments, and opinions below. Share this video if you feel like it. If you don't, so what? I'm not going to fall out with you over it. At least you've watched it to this stage, and now you're thinking about it. What am I going to do? Will I share it? Will I not? Cut and paste the link. Just do it. All right? And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It's not difficult. You just press the button. Simple. So you can do that, can't you? Then hit the bell button. That means you get notified when I unleash my monologues and my spoutings upon the internet. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. That's all for me for now, at least for maybe an hour or two, maybe a day or two. I'm Rick Munn. This is No Risk, No Reward Media, over and out.